Anais, your CD, which is awesome and has gotten incredible reviews of Hadestown, also took you to the Grammys this year, but kind of for an unusual reason. It was for this fabulous artwork. What was your experience at the Grammys?
At the Grammys? Well, yeah, I should say it was the record packaging and art was nominated for a Grammy, so that was, my name was on there, but of course, you know, the people really responsible were Peter Nevins, who made the illustrations in there, and then Brian Grunert, who was the designer. And so all three of us were in LA, and my husband Noah, who didn't actually have a ticket, we had to sneak him. We had to sneak him into the events. We didn't get him into the televised event, but they have a lot of like cocktail parties and things like that. And man, it was wild. I mean, it was just the actual televised event was like a big stadium rock show. You know, huge stadium, and Lady Gaga and like all these amazing artists, and very visual spectacle happening right in front of your eyes on the stage or whatever. And they actually have, this thing kind of blew me away. They have these girls that so if you want to get up and get a candy bar because there's no food in the stadium, you have to leave during the commercial break, and if you don't make it back to your seat in time, these girls come and sit in your seat because they don't want it to look empty. So like you come back to your seat and there's these two like hot young girls sitting there, and they see you coming. They're sitters, and then they get up and they're like, oh hey, and they give you your seat back.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've wondered is how musicians like you deal with comparisons. You've been compared to Dylan and Leonard Cohen, and then on the other end, Cyndi Lauper and Sean Colvin. How do you? Is that okay that you're compared? Does it feel like a compliment? Is it annoying? Where do you go with that?
Well, I think it's an honor to be compared to any of those artists that you just mentioned. You know, for me, they're all heroes of mine. And but I would say that we're all just drinking from the same pond. You know, like there's only so many notes in the scale, and only so many words, only so many stories. And I mean, the more I told you that I was working on this ballad project with my friend Jefferson Hamer, a collection of British and Scottish folk ballads, and rearranging them. And the deeper that I get into like British folk music, the more I see how Bob Dylan really just grabbed a ton of that stuff in his early songs. And same is true for like, well, there are a lot of songwriters I admire that are, they're reaching back to a lot of things that came before them.
Do you find your influences are from reaching back, or they're everywhere?
They're everywhere, you know? Yeah, I've just been listening to the Felice Brothers this week. Someone gave me all their records, and I started listening to them, and they're, you know, contemporaries. I don't know, they seem young, and they're kind of making the scene, and their stuff is really inspiring, very story-oriented and kind of Tom Waitsy, the gritty details, and it's cool how many different ways there are to write a song.
Thank you.